House of Genesis. Do come in. This is the kitchen where everybody gets under each other's feet and prepares their meals. This is the residents' communal lounge. And then there's a little weights room for those who are feeling strong and active, or wish they were strong and active. The House of Genesis has been going for 13 years now. It started initially in my home when I was working in the prison, and at that time I met up with a guy who, when he came out, was the inspiration really behind starting up this whole project. We take in 5 residents at a time, male offenders, mostly offenders, over 20.
I've been here for 2 years as project leader. I've been here about 2.5 years all in. We have made quite a few changes since I've been here. I have started a lot of multi-agency working, linking in with other agencies. Also there's a new programme for the lads when they come in. No longer are they sort of milling around the house. I like to make sure that they're out and they're either on an apprenticeship or they're doing some voluntary work.
Essentially I've ended up in this house because of the only thing I can put down is drink and drugs and behaviour beyond accessible amounts of society. This is the second time that I've been in this house. I'm very lucky to be given a second chance. So the first chance I had to do some chemotherapy, which I did. The second time I ended up back on the streets for nearly a year, which almost killed me again. And fortunately, through this house, I've been given a second chance. I couldn't ask for a more helped approach to it, basically. This has been an eye-opener, living in this house once and then again 2 times. They say, as you say, or I've said, even like 2 chances. Well, to be given another chance, they say give everybody a second chance. Why shouldn't you? And now, here I am. And I'm looking forward to the future.
Hello, I'm Dwayne Elkins, a trustee and volunteer with Community Action Norwich. We run a number of social action programs into the Lakenham community and work with people who are at the bottom of the pile. Our passion is to be a voice for those who have no voice and feel that nobody cares or listens to them. We believe every human being is created in the image of God and is worthy of respect. Our deep desire is to enable all to develop their gifting, and would like to introduce you to Andy, a student on our adult literacy program.
You joined us about 2 years ago. Can you tell us how you first came to come to Community Action Norwich, Vissel?
I came from Broadland. I went to Broadland on a computer course, and I couldn't manage the reading and writing bit. So the lady who runs the class put me in contact with you. I was quite excited that I want to learn to read, write and write letters.
You come an awfully long way and you've actually read some books. Can you tell us about the books you've been able to read?
I'm reading The Famous Five at the moment, and that's a very good story.
And one of the things that's been hugely successful for you is to actually write a letter.
Yeah.
You've written 2 letters, or 3. One.
I've written 4.
Right. Okay.
One to my friend Brenda, 2 letters to the MP, and I have got 2 replies, and she's come to see me in one of my classes.
And about your mum, what did your mum think when she first received your letter?
She was over the moon. She treasures the letter.
Over the last few weeks you've been keeping your own book.
Yeah, I've got a book of writing sentences. I take it around with me in my bag. I often write sentences when I'm on the bus, what I've seen, where I've been, and what I do.
And how do you feel about your reading and writing now?
My reading and writing's coming on very well, and I hope to improve it a bit so I can go on, get knowledge. I want to find out knowledge I've missed for years.
And how does that help you to feel about yourself?
That makes me feel good inside. I'm learning.
Hebron Trust has celebrated its 25th anniversary last year. It was born out of a couple taking people from the streets into their own home, and as the need became more and more apparent, it grew and grew into what it is today, which is a fully fledged charity. We take up to 10 residents at any one time, all women, all with a history of drug and or alcohol abuse, and they come and live with us as a residential programme for around about 6 months. It's essentially a 12-step programme which is linked heavily with the AA and NA groups, and those fellowships meet around the world, so we always link people into where they're from, so they've always got that support network and people that can be with them and help them through their recovery when they leave and through their journey here as well. We provide one-to-one counselling with qualified key workers, and all the staff here are women as well. A lot of the women here have been through sexual abuse or really violent relationships, so it's really important they feel they can trust the staff who are here with them. And we do quite a lot of work on relationships. We've got a fully fledged relationship workshop, 12 weeks long, with a life coach, and we look at relationships with each other as well as personal relationships with ourselves and spiritual relationships. The AA requires a higher power, so as a Christian we might say that's God, but we don't put any pressure on the girls. They find their spiritual path themselves. But we're delighted that a lot of them choose to go to our Bible study, choose to go to church, and a lot of them we've seen become Christians and also been baptised, which is really exciting. So most of the staff here are Christians, and we always start the day with a prayer to lift the day before the Lord and just ask for Him to be with us in all that we do. And we really notice if we don't have time for that in the morning, the day doesn't always go to plan, doesn't go so well, so we always find that really important. We do have a monthly prayer meeting as well and have a monthly prayer letter on the back of that, so we know that there's lots of people around the country supporting us in prayer, which is incredibly vital for this work to keep going, and we're really grateful for that support.
Hi there, my name's Matt Barlow. I'm the CEO of Christians Against Poverty, and I'm here at the Feel the Love worship night here in Norwich. Tonight we're going to be raising money and inspiring people to get involved in their local community. Through CAP debt centres, through CAP money courses and job clubs that are run all across this region, we're going to inspire these people that our God is on the move. He's changing lives one life at a time and doing it for some of the least of these, the lost, the broken and the hurting here in Norwich, Norfolk and beyond. And I'm excited to tell people a little bit more about it so we can do a lot more work in Jesus' name.
Hi, I'm Danny Doran-Smith, the Director of ENYP and founder of the project, which was founded in 2007. We exist to promote the social, mental, spiritual, moral and physical development of children and young people in Norwich. One of the things we're passionate about is equipping and nurturing young people, taking young people and developing into younger leaders and eventually giving them opportunities to be part of working for our organisation. And you're going to hear a couple of stories now.
Hi, I'm Ellie and I work for ENYP. I first got to know ENYP and the team when I was about 16 years old. I started volunteering with them as a young leader at various groups whilst I was doing my A-levels. And then when my plans to go to university fell through and I was scratching my head as to what to do next, people from the team came to me and said, "Ever thought about doing youth work?" A couple of weeks later I found myself in an interview. A few weeks after that I started working with the project, a few hours a week, running some youth clubs and some activities, and I'm really thankful for that opportunity that although I had no qualifications and very little experience, they saw past that and saw potential.
I first got involved with the ENYP when I met Danny and Kate, and I think they realised that I was trying to find out who I was and what I was meant to do in this life, and they encouraged me to get involved as a young leader in lots of different youth clubs and things that they were leading. After my A-levels, I then went off to do my gap year with the ENYP, and I spent that whole year growing as a leader, finding out exactly what my passion was and what it was I wanted to do. And by the end of that year, I found that I just had a desire to teach and to disciple young people. And it's a passion that's never left me. It's also so great to be able to impact young people's lives and to see changes and to see growth and to see development.